I apologize up front for some poor video quality today. I've just been on the go nonstop today, and I just had something come up that I just couldn't wait to shoot this quick little clip for you guys before I, lost the train of thought because, I'm scatterbrained. It's a Monday, just all over the place. And that leads me to my point of, those of you that are just now starting your business, or maybe you've even started your business, you're early in the journey, your first year or so, and you probably noticed that it's not as easy as you thought it was. And maybe, like I said, maybe you haven't even started yet. And, if you can learn this before you get started, you'll be that much further ahead than a lot of us. And what I mean by this is, a prime example, which brought me to this subject today, was, from the get-go, the morning felt kind of off. My wife woke me up a little earlier than usual, let me know that she was sick, she needed some help, that kind of thing. No big deal. Just, we thought it was food poisoning. Turns out it may be the flu, but, just from the get-go, it's kind of a little hectic in the morning. Went out, did my usual stuff for the business, all that, good fun stuff. We own a pest control business, of course, so I went out and ran some stops, that kind of thing, and had to come back, deal with the kids and all of that again, on top of, I had my own work to do, of course, on top of that. Thankfully, my mom was able to come over and help relieve me for about an hour or so, but then, as I finally, my wife is starting to feel a little bit better, and I'm finally starting to get in a groove with work, right? In terms of my laptop work is what I like to call it. I have my field work, then I got, my laptop work, right? So like I said, I'm getting in a groove on this laptop work, working on the website, found some things that I can do to, kind of make the website just that much better. And, from an SEO standpoint, we've had a lot going on with Google algorithm updates lately, as I'm sure a lot of you that have been following the channel for a while know. And I was working around with some service blocks, specifically, setting up like a, what is it called, like a carousel or whatever you want to call it, where instead of having all my services listed out as it is right now, very wordy in my opinion, I got everything summarized down for each service, just one or two sentences, got it set up on like a carousel essentially. And then I went to look at everything after setting it up for every service, and would you know it, it looked awful. I don't know what was going on. I actually reached out to the developer of the plugin that I'm using for that. I was just kind of asking them, hey, is there something going on with the theme of my website? Does your all's plugin not work for my theme or what? It was just looking awful, regardless if it was desktop, tablet, cell phone. It didn't matter how, we were looking at it in terms of the preview. I even went ahead and published it to see maybe if there was just something going on with the Gutenberg preview on WordPress. Again, a little technical, I know, but, went ahead and pulled it up on my phone even just to get a look, and, it just looked horrible. You couldn't see everything. You could only see one of them, and even that one was, super zoomed in. Again, just stuff wasn't how it looked at all, whenever I was actually making my edits, and it just threw me for a loop. It pissed me off, I'm not going to lie, because, I even went in and told my wife, I was like, God, this sums up owning a business in, 1 to 2 hours of work. And she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I was in there, busting my butt in terms of, getting all this all set up, making it look nice, making it look neat, making it look SEO friendly, new SEO friendly, I should say. Just enhancing the website, which would help us, obviously. And I was like, and it looks like it was all for nothing. I was like, looks like I'm going to have to start over from scratch more than likely. Knock on wood, hopefully not. We'll see what the developer says, see if they can look into it and, maybe point us in a direction of, oh, you just need to edit this setting. Sometimes it just takes one setting on some of these plugins to just either make or break it in terms of how it looks on your website. But either way, I always like to obviously hope for the best, but assume the worst. And, I was just like, I got to take a break. I got to get out of the house. They're starting to get a little hungry anyway. So came over here to the local grocery store and just decompressing for a minute, because, I could keep going at it, but, sometimes, you got to step back, take a breather, decompress, go to the gym, do whatever you do that can kind of, just take your mind off things for a little bit, at least the best you can, right? I'm doing a YouTube video for you guys right now. This is my version of decompressing, but, also, like I said, just the whole point of the video is there's going to be obstacles. It's not going to be as easy as you think. You have to be able to push through those obstacles, don't think too that the obstacles are, you failing either. It is a failure, don't get me wrong, because, if it wasn't a failure, obviously that would have launched, quote unquote, and worked perfectly on our website. But, every failure that you have, you're either going to grow from it or you're going to just stay where you are at the end of the day. Because like I always talk about on this channel, you're always either growing or you're, regressing. There's never, a neutral ground in terms of you're not growing, you're not losing ground, you're doing one or the other. So, if you ever catch yourself getting in these, little hiccups where, you work, and then bam, you feel like, man, setback. And then boom, work, setback. Don't get so caught up in the moment of just how frustrating that setback, that failure, whatever you want to call it, may seem. Take positive stuff from it. Like I said, go decompress, think about it, pray on it, meditate, whatever you like to do and works best for you. And, just come back. stronger, ready to go. Like me, it's after 8 p.m. now where I'm at in the Dallas, Texas area. I'm going to go, like I said, in here, get some dinner for the family and whatnot, just kind of decompress for probably the next 30 minutes to an hour. It'll probably be 9:30 before I even get back in there and get to it. I'm going to try to figure things out. Chances are I'm probably not going to hear back from that developer until at least tomorrow at the minimum. So, you know how I am. I'm not going to wait on nobody. I'm going to figure it out one way or another. But, I had to decompress because if I just kept going at it, getting pissed off, you're just going to make things worse, right? So, like I said, the whole point is, take those obstacles, failures, whatever you want to call them, for what they are. They're lessons. They're not failure. I hate the word failure. That's why I like to use the word obstacle, because an obstacle, everyone knows when it comes to obstacles, you have to kind of plan around it, where not playing around it, but like navigate around it, right? Where when you hear the word failure, it's like, oh, you failed. You think of it like a test, right? You failed, boom, better luck next time. Where that's not how it is in business. It's an obstacle. You got to find a path, find a way, to navigate around that obstacle, and, just keep pushing. And this is a minor example, by the way. The little stuff like this happens every single day in business. I could go on a whole other little 5-minute rant real quick about that, but, this is every day out here as a business owner or, entrepreneur, if that's what you like to call yourself. So, be ready. Have your systems in place in terms of checking your ego, checking, your mental space, being self-aware, I think would sum it up perfectly. Being very, very self-aware is going to benefit you greatly. I just wanted to hop on here real quick and, get a quick little message out for you all that, like I said, just popped into my head. I was like, man, they got to hear this. Like, I feel like this is really going to, hit home with somebody who's either, just starting their journey, or like I said, if nothing else, you may be super lucky in catching this before you start your journey. Cause, a lot of people just don't tell, the truth, the whole truth, I should say. There's a lot of good out here, but man, I mean, it's literally like you're just, imagine getting, if you're a man that is, getting kicked in the nuts at least once or twice a day. Would you sign up for that? If not, don't sign up for, owning your own business, because, obviously it's a metaphor, but that's really what it is out here. I mean, you're just kind of getting pounded every day, sometimes more than others, of course. And like I said, there's plenty of good out here. I don't want to, make it seem like things are just bad and just, oh my God, it's brutal out here. There's definitely plenty good. I wouldn't change anything in the world other than those getting my nuts smashed every day. You take that out, it's a perfect world. But of course, there's no such thing as a perfect world. As all you believers know, there's only one perfect world, and we'll meet it, in our next life, in our past, once we pass on. So, like I said, hopefully y'all did take a little bit from this video. If you enjoyed it, took some valuable information, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button. Let me know that you guys like these quick little video clips, rants, chats, whatever you want to call them. And let me know, what you thought. Let me know if there's anything that you think could have been added, maybe some motivation or some insight that, the newbies, quote unquote, could definitely, learn from ahead of time. And if you're not already subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon. We go live at least a couple times a week. We're trying to start going live daily. I'm trying to figure it out with my schedule where I can at least go live for about 30 minutes or so a day. I'll definitely be keeping you guys updated on that. And of course, if you have any questions or anything, you can drop them in the comments, or you can literally, join all of our groups. We have a Facebook group, Discord group. All those groups are free. They're in my LinkTree. I don't charge for any like masterminds or anything like that. Totally free to join those. The Facebook group is now over 100 of you in there, so it's awesome to see that group continue to grow. Discord, we're up to like close to 300 now. So it's just awesome to see this community continue to grow. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. I'll see you all in the next one.